These days, many people are asking how to make money now. For the past 2 or 3 years, the world has been in a period of easy money. Look around, every idiot you knew was making money. Every clown stuffed their pockets with cash. Everyone except you. Even the dumbest people were goofing around on TikTok and making money from it. Over the past 3 years, a lot of people got into crypto when everything was booming. Yes, now everything is going down. And these so-called crypto traders are scraping up the last crumbs from the table. But 3 years ago, you could have bought Bitcoin, and that coin would have made you rich today. Although the rise of Bitcoin is more of a cyclical story. The era of easy money is coming to an end. You can see for yourself that competition is growing every day, and easy money is becoming a thing of the past. And you still haven't jumped on the last train. Soon, professionals will come into every niche and take the most lucrative spots. While you were sitting on the sidelines watching all this, all the spare money was snatched up by those TikTok clowns and your trashy classmates. They're neither talented nor competent. They just managed to tap into the financial streams. Haven't you figured it out yet? These days, it's not the competent ones making money, but the aggressive ones. The competent ones are just hanging on to the aggressive ones' coattails. Most people still haven't learned any lessons from all this. Many still haven't figured out how to make money. The best way to earn money in today's world is to do something online. I'll be honest about one thing. Once you understand how the world works, you can't look at everything the same way as before. This isn't an accusation, it's just a fact. We live in a system that has both a face and a mechanism. I call it the matrix not because it's a trendy word, but because it's an exact analogy. Someone has created an image of reality that's convenient for controlling the masses, and people live in it without asking questions. The matrix operates subtly. It's not necessarily someone at the top, like an evil genius. It's a multitude of players whose interests, power, control, and profits align. They create rules that benefit themselves, and through institutions and the media, they draw people into these rules. What does this look like in practice? From childhood, you're drilled with school, then university, a salaried job, a mortgage, retirement. This isn't a mistake. It's a mechanism. It's a system. It keeps you busy, dependent, spending most of your life just trying to survive. As long as you're afraid of losing your job, as long as you care about the crowd's approval, you're predictable. And predictability is the currency of power. The second level. This is informational control. Television, social media algorithms, news, trends. They all work as filters of reality. You are shown what is profitable to show. What distracts you is presented as the norm. What is dangerous for those in power is kept quiet. It's not always the evil intent of a single person. It's a system where it's profitable to keep people within a certain agenda. The louder the noise from irrelevant topics, the less attention people have for their own thinking. They pour fake images, empty entertainment, and useless news into your head. They make you believe who you should be, what you should dream about, and whom you should listen to. And all the while, your body is working for the system. You run around like a hamster on a wheel, serving someone else's interests. The thing is, there are a lot of resourceful and influential people in the world who have gotten access to the trough and don't want to let go. There are thousands of them, maybe even millions. And all of them are interested in creating a slave mentality among the masses so they can milk you and your family for money, so that you constantly participate in the rat race and keep the economy going, so that you work the dirtiest and most disgusting jobs for the green paper they print as much as they want. They really don't want to disrupt their fortunate position in the world. It's obvious that there's a program attacking masculinity, even the very idea of masculinity. They need spineless weaklings and slaves. You can see what's happening in the West. Right before your eyes, they're telling you that changing your gender is normal. They've already reached even children, adding these ideas into cartoons and so on. This is not a conspiracy theory at all. You can see it with your own eyes. People are pushing these agendas, and they're not doing it for no reason. Their goal is to destroy morality and turn the masses into a herd of obedient sheep that can be endlessly fleeced. They really don't want to lose their fortunate position in society. They are willing to do anything to keep it. Do you think they're doing this for money? They have plenty of money. They literally print it. They don't care about those green bills. It's all about power, control, and influence. They enjoy seeing millions of controlled sheep obey their every command. That's how most people live. Not because they're weak, but because they don't realize where they are. They believe in the illusion instead of seeing reality. What do you think each of us needs to do to defeat the matrix and break free from these chains of slavery? On an individual level, it's possible to break out of the matrix, but on a societal level, it's much more difficult, because not everyone can escape. Many people simply don't have the spirit for it. And in any case, some people need to keep blindly believing in this system. Otherwise, who would sweep the streets, clean filthy toilets, and deliver your pizza? After all, no one would want to do such crappy jobs, right? That's exactly why the system exists. To escape the matrix on an individual level, it's important to reject a slave mentality and make money. It's very hard to be free when you're poor. Money isn't just wealth, it's a tool for freedom or control. When your income depends on a single employer, bank, or country, you're vulnerable. When you work online, when you have several independent streams of income, you become harder to control. It's simple logic. Whoever pays gives the orders. To be free means to restructure your cash flow so that no external entity can shut down your life with a single decision. That's why I talk about making money online, freelancing, creating your own products, educational courses, promoting services, digital products, affiliate programs, and investment tools. These are ways to generate income that don't depend on an office boss. When you know how to sell your expertise online, you gain freedom of place and time. You can live in another country, you're not limited by the local market, and at the same time you can sell your product internationally. This is the foundation of independence. But money without the right mindset solves nothing. The power isn't in the paper, the power is in your mind. The ability to think critically, make decisions, and not follow the herd, that's what makes you free. That's why I always say, first, work on your mindset, learn to distinguish truth from false noise, ask questions. Who is saying these words? Who benefits from this? These are simple questions that most people don't ask because it's easier to accept ready-made templates. Now, about connections and passports. Many people say, what difference does it make? I'm at home. But mobility is protection. When you have several passports or legal opportunities to live in other countries, your options expand dramatically. In any unforeseen situation, for example, during a war, a protest, or local restrictions, you are not tied to one place. This isn't about luxury, it's about a survival and freedom strategy. Passports, residencies, and business structures in other jurisdictions are tools used by people who want to control their own destiny, not to be servants of the local economy. That's why you should get 4 or 5 passports. The main thing is financial and professional mobility. This means having income in currencies that the system can't simply cut off. Have sources of income that are tied to the market, not to a single employer. Be able to work remotely and skillfully sell your expertise. Without this, a passport is just a piece of paper. Let's talk honestly about easy money. There have always been and always will be such times, moments when the flow brings quick results to those who happen to be in the right place at the right time. But they are deceptive. They teach only one thing, to wait and hope for luck. Now the era of easy money is coming to an end. The market is becoming more professional and competition is increasing. The niches that were open to everyone yesterday will be taken tomorrow by those who approach them seriously and well prepared. That's why the strategy is not to chase after a single flash-in-the-pan opportunity. The strategy is to develop competencies, build a long-term stream, become an expert in a specific niche, and use short-term trends as an additional boost, not as the foundation. Another important point is anti-fragility. How do you build it? Build your income while simultaneously developing your physical fitness and mental endurance. Have real skills, sales, communication, technical abilities, and the capacity to learn quickly. Having a strong circle around you is another layer of anti-fragility. A circle that lifts you up can replace dozens of mentors. It makes you faster and stronger. About male responsibility and masculinity. For me, masculinity isn't about a set of external attributes, it's the ability to fulfill your duties even when you don't feel like it. It's the ability to take responsibility for your family, your word, and your results. It's the skill to keep yourself in shape both physically and morally. In a world where strength is valued but often misunderstood, true masculine strength is not aggression, but a calm ability to act, to take initiative, and to lead others. A man is someone who gets up and does what needs to be done, even when he's scared, even when he's tired. It's about responsibility, not domination. How should you act if you've realized this? The practice is simple, but not easy. First, take responsibility for your finances. Find or develop your first independent source of income online. For example, courses, freelancing, services, online stores. Second, invest, for example, in stocks or gold that can be sold. Third, build a strong, smart, and loyal circle of people around you. Fourth, strengthen your body and mind. Physical fitness disciplines your thinking. When you go to meetings with business partners, the first thing they notice is how you look. If you're a fat, lazy person, it will be hard for you to make deals. If you're fit and strong, it inspires trust and it will be easy for you to get their agreement. Fifth, think about mobility. Learn languages, explore the possibility of working legally in other countries, and acquire skills that are valued globally. Sixth, influence. I'm not calling for power, I'm talking about influence as the ability to convey an idea, to inspire people, to make them better. Influence is a responsibility. If you are able to inspire others, the power and influence you hold should always be used for good, so that people can become stronger, freer, and more aware of themselves and the world around them. This is exactly why those who are accustomed to holding control tend to fear it, because people who think freely and independently undermine their monopoly on power. Another important point to remember, if many people know who you are, then the so-called big guys can't simply touch you. And if you're ready, start with one step. Today. Now, wake up, brothers and sisters, it's time to go. Mamyrzhan was with you. Subscribe to the channel, like it, and leave your opinion in the comments. Goodbye. Assalamu alaikum.